And I was also a gym person. I went to the gym a lot. I used to work out. So I thought nothing will happen to me. I'm fine the way I look. Or if
Yeah.
I want to do surgery, I would just go to Miami and do liposuction and stuff like that. But everything changed for me when 4 to 5 years, I think 4.5 years ago, I got into a really, really bad car accident that prevents me from going to the gym.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of Our Lives Narratives. This platform gives everyday people the opportunity to share their stories and experiences. And I'm Annette. Today, I have with me my very first guest for this season, no other than Alice. She's a friend, a sister, and an entrepreneur. Welcome to this podcast, Alice.
Thank you for having me.
Alice, why don't you go ahead and tell listeners and viewers a little bit about yourself?
My name is Alice Edwards. I'm an immigrant from Sierra Leone, West Africa. I came to Canada 20 plus years ago. I lived in British Columbia and recently moved to Alberta with my family. I'm a mother of 3,
Wow.
2 boys and a daughter. And own a business.
And I'm excited to have you here, and we'll delve into that business aspect of Alice as we go along.
Thank you.
So I know you grew up in Sierra Leone just like me.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit of your background?
My tribe is Mende. My dad is Mende by tribe. My mom is Timne. I grew up pretty much in different areas in Sierra Leone, but my years of understanding things and knowing things is from Lunge. My dad used to work at the airport, and we lived there. That's where I experienced most of my years of understanding things.
Wow.
Yeah.
We do have something in common, actually, too.
Yeah.
My dad is from Minde tribe, and my mom is Timni Creole. And my dad worked all his years back in Sierra Leone in customs. So he worked at the Key.
Yeah.
And then sometimes he was stationed in Lunge airports. So maybe you never know, our dads, they might
know each other.
Yeah, no doubt. That's quite interesting.
Yeah, Lunge is a very small town, but also very diverse because most of the people that came to work, that settled there, came from other places to work.
Right.
So it's a very nice place to grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And very significant too.
Yes.
Right? Because Lunge, as you know, Lunge is a small town in Sierra Leone, for our viewers. It's like the touchdown of Sierra Leone.
Yes.
It hosts the international airport. So, and I do remember when my dad stationed in Lunge, it's a beautiful place.
Very beautiful.
So you probably did enjoy all those years.
Yeah.
And funny story, growing up, we weren't really exposed to airplanes, right?
Yeah.
So we would see airplanes and we'll start running and trying to catch airplanes down. But when we did visit my dad once in a while, he actually lived not right across, but across from the runway.
Yeah.
So I had the opportunity to see planes up front
Yes.
when they taxi and then when they arrive and depart. And I thought that was quite the experience. And I'm glad I was able to experience that.
Yeah, we grew up literally, when you're used to that environment, you're not even scared of the plane.
Right.
If you want to go to the airport, you literally cross.
Wow.
Yeah, you walk across the runway
Yeah.
to go to the airport because it's a short. In Africa, we usually create shortcuts.
Yeah.
If we don't want to walk through the main roads,
That's
so we
right.
create shortcuts. And one of those shortcuts was to cross the runway to go to the airport. And we would do that. Even if we see a plane coming, we just run through it.
Are you serious? That's jaywalking. I wonder what the fine. If it was in North America, it would be really heavy fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was quite the experience, and thanks for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
So let's get into the business side of Alice. I'm just so touched. Among all the businesses out there, you chose body sculpting.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not quite familiar with this, method of getting into shape.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us what body sculpting is all about?
Well, body sculpting is a procedure where you sculpt your body, your shape, to what it probably used to look like, or what you want it to look like.
Right.
Simply, that's what it is. And there are different procedures you can do to actually achieve that. They have the cosmetic surgery where you can do lipo, and then you have procedures where you can do it, which is more safer, where it's cost effective and with no downtime and no complications. Yeah.
Wow, that sounds like my kind of thing, because I'm big into doing things as safe as I can.
Yes.
Right? And more close to natural.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So how did you get inspired to go into this business?
What inspired me to do this is because before I moved to Alberta, my kids' parents at school, like parents of my children, will tell me about procedures like cold sculpting and laser treatment, and they do have results.
Right.
But it was something I thought it wouldn't really work, right? I said, I would just go to Miami,
Right.
and pay and just do the fast track and then have it. So I never really considered it. I've gone there, I've seen it, but I said it won't work on me, right? So then, and I was also a gym person. I went to the gym a lot. I used to work out. So I thought nothing will happen to me. I'm fine the way I look. Or if I want to do surgery, I would just go to Miami and do liposuction and stuff like that. But everything changed for me when 4 to 5 years, I think 4.5 years ago, I got into a really, really bad car accident that prevents me from going to the gym. And that was it for me. I tried everything. I can't wear those girdles. I can't wear anything, even bra. I can't wear. I can only wear a sport bra. I cannot wear anything that have a bone and hooks on it. I can't wear anymore. And I've done all the treatments that is required for me to recover, but I can never really recover to my full potential anymore. I cannot lift heavy things. So I was just, wasting away, gaining weight, right? I was really, really down. I was gaining weight so badly. And the more weight you gain, the more your back hurts because you're adding weight to the pain that you already have.
Right.
So, I couldn't do anything. And then I remembered that I spoke about cool sculpting or fat freezing before.
Right.
And I was thinking about it, but I still thought it won't work. Right? So we moved to Alberta and same thing, not happy with what I looked like. And I had few friends, if we're hanging out, they would tell me, oh, maybe you should do lipo because I was really gaining weight in the middle side of my body. And I did make an appointment. I went to go see the doctor. on my consultation, that was what everything changed, because the doctor told me, this might happen, this might happen, this might happen. You could die. So we just want you to know, if you sign the papers, which means you accept.
Right.
And I thought about it. I'm like, I don't think I want to have this to choose whether I'm going to die or this.
Right.
So I said no. So I came home that day and I told my husband, I think I'm not going to go through it. Right. So I purchased the machine and I kept it in the house. I said, I'm going to try it on myself first. Wow. So first, it wasn't really the business idea. I was trying to do this on my own, but I didn't want to. I don't want to go out there and do it. I just want to do it within myself and see if it works. So I purchased the machine. I did the treatment.
On yourself?
Yes.
By yourself?
Yes. So I did the training. After the training, I did the treatment on myself.
Well.
And I did only one.
Amazing.
Right? And I noticed that when you do it, it doesn't happen right away. Like, you don't lose the weight today.
Okay.
So it takes like 3 months. The first month, because you do the treatments within 3 months, right?
Okay.
The first treatment, 1 month, the second one another month, and the third one another month.
Oh, okay.
And then within that period, you start gradually seeing the weight going down, right? So that's what happens. In the first 2 months, I'm like, okay, let me do the last treatment. And I did the other treatment. And then, whole and behold, I start seeing the most area that was very disturbing for me was the upper side of my belly. It was so bad. So that was the first place that actually start going down. And then I start noticing all the other areas that I treated. So I was like, okay, now I'm a believer. Maybe I should start a business doing this.
Right.
So I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing your story, because it's not, it tells our viewers out there that you're not selling what you don't believe in.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
You've gone through it and you saw the results, and healthy, right?
Yes.
Because to see that gradual decrease in your body size around your waist, it shows that this works.
It does.
Right.
Yeah.
And you mentioned it being cost effective.
Yes, very cost effective compared to
I'm sold.
Yes.
No complication. Well, little complication. You'll tell us a little bit more about, the process involved.
Yeah.
And you're saving dollars.
Yes.
Hey, count me in.
Yeah.
I think you just got yourself
You're welcome
a new
to come
client.
anytime. Yeah.
All right, Alice. So you mentioned going through, like, you bought the equipment, you went through training. Can you tell us what that training was like?
So most of these machines are sold by companies.
Okay.
And manufacturers, people who manufacture machines. So most of these manufacturers will train you specifically how to use the machines, and then they will train you hands-on, and then they will train you the theory part of it to read about it, and then the health part of it.
Okay.
For the patients, because they have to have a specific health history in order for them to do the treatments. If you have, so it's just like when you go for surgery. If you have certain things that doesn't require you to do the surgery, you can't do it, right? So it's same thing. We train for that, and then after the training, they will actually make you do the treatment on video with them.
Okay.
And when you do it, and then you take an exam, when you pass the exams, then you'll have your certificate. Yes.
Yeah. Well, this is North America, right?
Yeah.
You can't run a business without...
especially with these machines, you cannot run them without being certified.
Right.
Yeah.
So you hear, it's Alice just didn't wake up one day and she's like, I'm going to do this.
No. Yeah.
She's gone through training. She's licensed. So
yes, I am.
There's no cause to be afraid or scared. Check Alice out. Okay. So to proceed, I think you kind of touch on a little bit on the services that you provide. Do you want to elaborate a little bit more? Like the process?
We have 4 treatments in my salon. We have the fat freezing pyro treatment. The fat freezing treatment, what it does, it kills the fat cells and it prevents the fat cells to regrow.
And that's for life?
Yes.
Forever?
Yes.
Okay.
But we also provide meal preps for you.
There's a catch.
Yes, there's always a catch. Even with surgery, right? You have to always maintain, go to the gym.
Yeah.
So we have meal preps where we can teach you, which is part of the training that I did also.
Okay.
We teach you what you can eat. And you can eat anything that you used to eat, right? It's just there are ways that you can eat them to maintain your treatment.
Okay.
Right? So we have different ways we can help you understand that when you do this, if you're eating rice this time, maybe mix it with something.
Right.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay. And then we have the M-Sculpt. The M-Sculpt is the gym without going to the gym. Literally. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a machine
like
that toned. It burns fat also. It's toned. And then it helps build muscles. So that's the M-Sculpt. So usually what we do is we recommend for you to do the fat freezing treatment. Okay. Then after the fat freezing treatment, we require for you to do the M-Sculpt treatment to help tone whatever fat that you've been burned, but you still have loose skin.
Right.
So that M-Sculpt will help to shape that area.
Wow.
Yeah. And we have the lipo, the red light laser. It also helps to burn fat. And we also have the RF treatment, same procedures. But with the RF and lipo, you can just do it. After doing the main treatment, you can come in once in a while to just maintain it and do the laser lipo and the RF treatment.
Wow.
Yeah.
So no oral tools, nothing. All this is happening right on your skin.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. It's literally even now the thing is it's not exposed to us Black women a lot, and women of color in general. We don't understand this treatment. We're just drawn to the fast fix, which is lipo and BBLs, right? It's okay if that is your preference, if that's what you want to do, if you want to see the drastic results right away. But after going through after reading through the process in which women of color are dying doing these procedures, but yet the other race of women, like Caucasian women, they are the highest rate that do surgery, but they have the less people that fatality in results to plastic surgery. So that just tells that they go on the more safer path, but they still achieve what they want to have, rather than do the drastic treatment, right? So I always advise us, if we're exposing ourselves to this, it's more healthy. You can still achieve that shape without killing yourself. It just doesn't happen overnight. It's a process. Yeah.
Well, they say Rome wasn't built in one day, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I like the fact that it's gradual.
Yeah.
And you enjoy the process too.
Yes.
I don't know if how that sounds, but just to see that progress, right? It means you're taking active role in looking after your health. Yes. Because like you mentioned, there's that part that you have to do maintenance.
Yes.
Which involves still being active, still, working on your diet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So hey, I don't think that's a difficult process for me. No. But again, it's preference.
Yeah,
right?
It is preference.
At the end of the day, it's accessible if you wanna
do it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, even if you do cosmetic surgery, the doctor will tell you have to work out. Right? So it's the same thing. Right. If you want to maintain anything, you have to work on it. True. Right? But you will see the results. You just want to maintain it. Right.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm learning a lot more. All right. So this is not a traditional way immigrants, access a method of, having a a nice figure.
Yes.
So I'm sure you must have gone through a lot of challenges, and can you just walk us through those barriers,
Yeah.
even mentality and the stigma and all that's involved?
Yes, because it's the fear of not getting the results. That's what I think prevents most of us to actually try
Right.
this procedure, because we know when you do lipo, it happens right there when you lay down. They're sucking out your you know it's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
But with this one, if you tell somebody, oh, it's gonna take time, they're like, okay, I don't have time for that, right?
Yeah.
So, but for safety, I would choose safety every day over my life, because it doesn't matter how good you look. After you've done a cosmetic surgery, there is always a medical problem that follows up with it. Always. There have to be some problems. Maybe you have diet problem. The way you used to eat, you might not eat that way anymore.
Yeah.
And sometimes you develop something different. There could be internal bleeding that you don't even know that's happening in there. So that's why it's hard to explain to people, my people, because they don't believe in it, right? But I have done it to myself, and I see it work. So I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep telling them.
I like that.
Right? I'm not going to give up. Yes, it's always the key, right?
Right.
I'm going to keep telling them, try it. Try it and you will see. And if you see the result, then come again and try it and refer somebody. But I'm not going to give up. If it's going to help us, then it's not. It's a business, but also it's safety. Because some people, when you talk to them, they're at the shop, you talk to them, they will tell you, oh, I'm going to Miami because I don't have time for 3-4 months to do this. I said, but it's safer. First of all, there's no downtime. You get it done right away. You can go to work. You can do whatever you want to do.
Wow.
Right? And it's very, very safe. Right? And then the cost, the cost between cosmetic surgery and there's a big difference.
Wow.
Where you can save so much more doing this, safer than doing cosmetic surgery.
Oh.
Right? So I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
And keep promoting it.
That's the thing I like, though, because I know when I first, had this conversation with you, like, I need to bring this to my community.
Yes.
And you were explaining to me, like, the statistics.
Yes.
Caucasian and women of color.
Yeah.
Do you want to give the viewer, so that way they can put things into perspective a little bit?
Yeah. Well, 78%, first of all, 78% of Caucasian women do surgery, cosmetic surgery.
Wow.
Right? 78%. And among women of color, we not even make up the percentage of, half the percentage of the amount of Caucasian women that does surgery.
Right.
Right? I think we are around 7 to 8%. Right?
Yeah.
But we still have the higher rate of death.
Wow.
Right?
That's scary.
Yes. So that just explains that they go the safer way and still achieve what they want to achieve rather than risking their lives.
Right.
So why can't we do it for ourselves?
Wow.
Right?
So you heard from Alice herself.
Yeah.
She is telling her story.
Yeah.
She's done this. She's experienced it. It's safe, cost effective. Of course, she must have spent a lot of money getting the equipment and all of that. And she's on a crusade to ensure that every immigrant out there, whether you come to her or not, but at least she's creating this awareness that there is a safer option out there for you to look good.
Yeah.
I already said it, I'm sold. So Alice, I'll be coming to see you.
You're welcome to come.
Awesome. So I just need you to clarify.
Yes.
This is not weight loss.
No.
Right?
No.
Okay.
It's not a weight loss program. It's a program to help sculpt your body, to burn fat in specific areas of your body, to sculpt it to a shape that you want to look like.
Okay.
Right. So also the pricing have to deal with the shape of the body that you are. Usually, if you're a bigger frame,
Right.
then the price is going to be more and you're going to require more treatment.
Okay.
Right. And if you're smaller, then you probably require just 1 or 2 treatments.
Okay.
Right. So,
And I think you touched a little bit too on the maintenance,
yes.
right? Because that is an important aspect,
Yes.
right? Everything that we do,
Yeah.
it's not just going to go away and then stay. You have to be proactive,
Yes.
right? To help to prevent
Yeah.
that from coming back. So what are the other services, or what is the expectation of your client after they go through the treatment?
Well, with my clients, when we do consultation, I will always let them know that it's a journey.
Right.
We're going to do this together. And I want you and I to work together so we can achieve the goal that you
Right.
want to achieve.
That's client-centered.
Yes. So I
Nice.
always make it clear to my clients. And within the 3 months that you're doing the fat freezing, I always work through with you. With the meals, I won't stop you to eat anything. And then when we finish that, for the M-Sculpt, you don't do 3 months. You can do it today, and then 2 days later, you do another one, and then another 2 days. So the M-Sculpt is probably in a week or 2. You can do all the treatments with the M-Sculpt. But the fat freezing, it takes 3 months. So for me, when I'm doing it, I want it to be a journey. So I will guide you through it until I'm done. When we're done the process, we do the before and after photo. Take a measurement of your shape before we start and make sure we finish it, go according to plan. And then when we're done, we take a before after picture and show it to you.
I like that.
Yes.
Right.
We have to do that because you also want to make the client feel comfortable in knowing that what they're putting their money into is going to have a result, right? So you want them to have that confidence. So we also always make sure that we take a measurement before we start.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how about like the time lapse from the time you do the treatment? Like, is there a certain length of time that you have, like after you do the first part to go do the sculpting? How much time in between?
3 weeks. When you do
So
the
if you do it, can you do it later than the 3 weeks and still have,
yes,
same or close to the same results?
yes, you can. But
Okay.
if you want to achieve it, we have to make that plan. And
Discipline.
yes.
Right.
Right. And
Yeah.
we have to stay on that plan because I am selling a business and I'm selling something to you.
Right.
And in order, if I know this is what you have to do to achieve what you're looking for, I have to walk through with you to make sure you achieve what you're looking for.
Right.
So I will tell you, for drastic results, for visible results, let's do it within this time
Okay.
so that you can see your results faster. Because if you delay it, then it will come, but not the time that you want it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So it will delay
Yes.
the results.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you're a family woman, right?
Yeah.
You have your husband and
Yeah.
you have your kids.
Yeah.
Of course, this involves money, involves time,
Yes.
staying away from home, not cooking for your husband and all of that. So tell us about the support you've had from your husband and the kids, and even like having a cheerleader, out there that were like, go Alice, you can do this.
Yes.
Keep going. Because
Yes.
I'm sure there were times you were like, oh,
Yes.
I don't want to do
Many
this.
times. Yes.
Right. So
Yeah.
tell us how your family has supported you through this journey.
It has not been easy because financially, when you're doing something, you're expecting growth.
Right.
That's why you're investing into something, to expect growth.
Right.
But because also it's something I'm passionate about and something that I want to make a lifestyle instead of just investment.
Yeah.
That is the part that is giving me the courage to continue And even if I have one client for 2 weeks, I'm still okay. I said, okay, one person have done it, they will go experience,
Right.
and then they will spread the word. So that will give me the courage to stay. Because where I stay in Spruce Grove, I actually have people that make appointments every day in Spruce Grove.
Wow.
But I'm not there.
And
I'm in
that's
the
the Caucasian
city.
population,
Yes.
demographics.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll have somebody will call me like, oh, I want to do this. And I'm like, oh, the shop is all the way in Fort Road. And she's like, oh, that's too far. I can't go there.
Oh.
Right? But I've been here and I'll have probably one consultation for the month. Right? And then somebody will come for consultation. Maybe they will not come. Or I'll have one treatment or 2 treatments for the month. Right? So I'm not generating income. But the courage to keep spreading that positive body sculpting message, I want to continue to do it. And there are other places you can go. There are a lot of other places, that do this. I'm just encouraging somebody. If you don't want to do it with me, it's okay, but go do it.
Right.
There are other places that
Yeah.
are available to offer the same treatment. But my husband have been the stronghold for me not to give up, because there are times I'm like, honey, if I'm getting people here in Spruce Grove that are asking me for treatments and I can't offer it, to the point we even rent a store the other day.
Why?
Yeah, I got a place, almost pick up my machines and bring them, but my husband keeps saying, you told me this is more there to you to spread a message of positivity behind your business. I think keep going. Just keep holding on to that thing that you have inside of you.
Right.
And keep believing that it will blow. And when it blow, everybody will be looking to come to your place for treatment. I say, I want you to believe that. So with those positive affirmations that he gives me every day, helps me to go.
Wow.
Yes, he is that strong voice that always tells me you can do this. So I'm very thankful that he's giving me that courage, but also financially to help me with the equipments that I'm using. Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Because good things don't come easily, right?
No, it's not easy. And that's what he said.
You're running a business, but still you want to have, some amount of profits,
Yeah,
right?
well,
And
you have
it's
to
nice
pay
to
rent.
have that buffer, right?
You have to pay your rent.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
But it just shows that's the beauty about your story.
Yes.
Because of this passion. And your husband, he recognized that, right?
Yes, he
This
does.
is what my wife wants to do.
Yeah.
And I'm going to support her right through the end.
Yes.
Eventually, the word is going to spread, especially when it comes to that cost-effective part and specifically no complications, right? I always feel surgery is like the last resort.
Yes,
right?
it is.
On, medical professional, they would go to that route if there's no other way, no other option.
Yeah.
So definitely, I would say, look at Alice, look at her story.
Yeah.
She's trying to help us.
Yeah.
And let's meet her halfway. Try it. If it doesn't work, like she mentioned, there's no downtime.
No.
The cost is little compared to, surgery. So why not try it and see how it works? Yeah. You might be hooked. All right. And your kids?
Yeah. My oldest daughter is, she is in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, she's going to a fashion school, but she's also a model. She models.
That's nice.
Yeah, and I have a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old at home. My 12-year-old is a soccer guy. He likes to play soccer.
A busy house.
Yes. And he likes to make videos on YouTube.
Always. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Good
he has
for
his own
him.
channel. I don't know what his channel is, but I will watch his channel and he's having 2,000, 4,000 people liking a video of him showing his foot dancing. I'm like,
That's interesting.
Yeah, and my 9-year-old is autistic. He has autism, but very highly intelligent.
Wow.
Very highly intelligent. I never treated him as a label, even though I was told he's autistic. I keep telling myself he's fine.
Wow.
So he's very independent. He does his own thing. He's very good in drawing. He's
I've seen some of his pictures.
Yes,
wow.
he loves to draw. Every day he would draw something.
Wow.
Yeah, that is like his thing. When he's angry, he draws. When he's happy, he draws.
Good for him, because he's got something to lean, lean on.
Whenever
right?
he's trying to balance, it's like a way of a redirection for him. Whenever he's going through certain things, if he draws, then it changes his direction from that negativity to something he's drawing. Yeah.
Wow, at an early age, that's
he's very self-regulated.
Wow.
Yeah. If he's around other people, if I don't say he's autistic, you will not tell that he's autistic. But yeah.
Wow, thanks for sharing that, though, because
that's
there's a lot of stigma, especially in our community.
Yes.
In regards to autism. So
I'm open about it. I don't have any shame to say he is, because maybe if I take him to gathering a birthday party, and all the other kids are jumping and running around, and he just wants to find his corner and play by himself, and you have some reaction from people, right? Like, why is he doing that? So I like to talk about it, because so people know, but he's fine.
Just creating that awareness.
Yes.
Right? That this,
if he wants to be in his space, that is what he wants to do. If he wants to play, he can play for a few minutes. But
and I'm sure there are a lot of parents out there.
Yeah, among Africans, we have a lot of Africans, but we are very shy to talk about our kids.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Right? Because then you can find somebody that you guys can relate with. Yeah. Right? And
there's a lot of help.
Even share experiences and ideas. Yeah. Right? So we hope to have that that medium where, parents, us, were more open. To have these conversations, right?
Yeah. Well, most Africans parents, we're very scared to talk about our kids' mental problems, right? So we just keep it to ourselves, and the kid is struggling, but I'm not shy to talk about it, because it's just a label. I know he's my son, he's fine.
Right.
But if he has difficulties, then we tackle it that way.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing that story.
You're welcome. Yeah.
All right. So, Alice, we've had, all about the body sculpting. Mm-hmm. Do you have any future plans for any other business idea or passion?
Yes, actually. When I was opening this business, I want to make a house out of this business, a name, right? So AE Beauty is my business name. And in the future, I want to do Botox in my shop.
Nice.
And then I want to do fillers. That's going to come soon, because I have to certify. So I'm training for that, because I do have a medical background.
That's right.
So,
You're a nurse.
Yep. So I have to train for those procedures.
Okay.
And then in the future, I'm thinking about, well, it's not a thought, actually. It's going to happen.
Amen. Amen.
I'm going to have a cosmetic lotion.
Wow.
On the AE Beauty brand.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to have a set. It's not a product to change skin color or anything. It's a product to achieve glow and a youthful look. So it's gonna be like anti-aging and then glow. So I'm gonna do a niacinamide, I'm gonna do vitamin C, and then I'm gonna have a night cream and then a day lotion. So I'm planning that package for women of color.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be one-stop shop for me.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. See, I'm telling, she is multi-talented. As you can see, she have all these plans, and we're rooting for you, Alice.
Thank you very much.
May God direct your steps, and we pray that all of these plans come to life.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. All right. So as we round up, or even before we round up, how can we, where can we find Alice or AE Beauty business?
Yeah, so AE Beauty is on Fort Road, 13431 Fort Road. And I have booking sites also on Booksy, which is aebeauty24 at booksy.com. You can also find me on Instagram, AE_beauty. I think that's it, AE_beauty on Instagram. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. You've got the address there. So if you want to give it a try, you know where to find Alice. So Alice, as we round up, thank you for sharing, this beautiful story and this passion and inspiration to transform as best as you're able to the immigrant demographics. So as final word, what advice do you have for all of us, women of color?
Like I said earlier, it's a preference. If you choose to do something drastic to get your results, it's okay. But my advice is, for the long run, you want to be around to raise your kids. You want to be around to be the best version of yourself.
That's right.
So just think about it and try this procedure. Try this route and see. It's always good to try a safer route. As long as you don't have regrets, maybe you can go there, do the other route, and then something happens. Right. So try this route. I always advise us. We didn't die back home by bullets and stuff.
That's right.
We should not allow.
That's something, though.
Yes, right. So you have to think about it. Always give yourself that opportunity. Try it. Just try this route and see. I would advise us, try this route and see. And if it doesn't work for you the way you want it to look, then take the other route. But at least if try this and see, there could be a result where you actually love what you see.
That's right.
And then you're safe.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Alice.
You're welcome.
I'm so honored to have you here, Our Lives Narratives. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And we hope all the best for you and your business and all of your future endeavors.
Thank you very much. I'm also honored to be here. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Oh,
thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. Listeners, you've been listening to Our Lives Narratives, the platform that gives everyday people the opportunity to share their stories and their experiences, one like Alice just did. Thank you all so much for all of your support. Season 1 was awesome. Shout out to Chairman Oldfield. He did such a phenomenal job. We appreciate you all. If you haven't had time to like, subscribe yet, please do so, because that's a way to help production company grow. Thank you all and have a good evening. Bye-bye.